A variable electronic ND filter system is just one of those camera features that makes such a difference to your work that we wish every camera had one. Once you use a variable ND system like this, it can be really hard to go back to a camera where you don't have that fine control over your exposure without having to touch your iris, shutter or ISO at all. And yet it's still surprisingly rare to see on the market. Sony are the leaders in the technology, with both the FX9 and the FX6 having it. But outside of Sony cameras, very few brands are actually managing to do this. But somehow, Kinefinity have managed to do it. The Edge 6K and 8K both have a variable END system built in, despite the relatively small size of their camera body, their large sensor, and that very short flange distance to the kine mount. So, you get fine control over your ND from 0.6 to 2.4. That's 2 stops of ND to 8 stops of ND, or a quarter strength to 1/256th strength, however you prefer to talk about your ND strengths. All with no color shift until you get to that extreme dark end when you do start to get a little bit of magenta introduced into the image, but a quick white balance easily fixes that. To control the ND, you hold down the ND button on the side of the camera. This engages the ND filter, and now you can control it with either the physical camera controls or on the touchscreen. In the menus, you can choose how much the ND changes when you turn the dial. So if you prefer it changing in big chunks of ND in order to speed you up when you're working, then you can do that. The two choices are 0.03 for fine control, which looks like this, and 0.3, which looks like this. It is a very simple system to use. And because it's built into the camera body now, you get this full ND system no matter which mount or lens you're using, which is a big deal. It's what really sets the Kinefinity cameras apart from other modular cinema cameras on the market. So stay tuned for more videos like this, where we're going to be looking at each feature of the Edge cameras in more detail on this channel. And if you want to buy one for your own work, then of course, just head over to ProAV.co.uk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.